Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Greetings, greetings to the family. Peace, y'all. What's good? Tapping in live from Houston, Texas. Tapping in live from Houston, Texas. Shout out to all of the Texas family out there. Peace to Houston. Was really, really good. Yeah, man. We are gonna have a conversation very soon on this live with my good brother Alkebulan44. We want to talk to the family real quick about what we got coming up in the month of September and whatnot. So yeah, look out for that. And I also want to let the family know this in the Houston area to hit me on the inbox. We're going to be doing a pop-up. We're going to be doing a pop-up for Labor Day, which is tomorrow, in the 3rd Ward, more than likely at Soul Food Vegan Restaurant. I just got to get the time and everything for the pop-up. But if there's anybody out there that want to tap into the merch and want to, just chop it up and pop up, we'll be at a pop-up in the 3rd Ward at Soul Food Vegan. Shout out to my good brother Talik. If you're from the Houston area, hit us on the inbox. All right, hit us on a DM, and we'll let you know the timing and everything. All right. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up in the building. Salute. See you next Monday on the mountain. Ooh, yeah. And for anybody that's out here that that haven't been tapped into the lives, we're going to be on Stone Mountain on 9/11. That's on a Sunday. That's next week. That's exactly 7 days from now. We're going to be meeting up on Stone Mountain, and it's going to be hundreds of us, and it's going to be magical. And we're going to be charging up the crystal. We don't call it Stone Mountain. We call it Crystal Mountain. And we did it in the beginning of the summer. And now we're doing it in what is known, at the ending of the summer, we'll be closing it out on 9/11. And on the beginning, that is the Ethiopian New Year, by the way. And it's going to be magical. I don't even have to, what's already known don't need to be said. That's what they say in the streets. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be there, I'll see you. You know what I'm saying? If not, you'll watch it on the reels. But shout out to Black Magic 363. Shout out to Blue Pillar, King Simon. I'll be doing something with King Simon next month on the 9th. I will be opening up for Ajra Kwesi. This will also be in Stone Mountain, not on Stone Mountain, but we'll be at a facility in Stone Mountain. Let me see if I could pull up the flyer. You know what I mean? We'll do some announcements and whatnot because it should be happening, and I gotta let y'all know what's happening so you don't say I didn't know what was happening. So let's do it in the rightful cycle. So boom, on 9/9, which is Friday coming up, right on 9/9, the grand opening for our lounge in Atlanta, which is in Buckhead, right? We're opening up a social lounge, and this social lounge is going to be serving food, drinks. We'll have hookah, right? But not tobacco, CBD. And we'll also be playing music, like God Hop music. Our playlist, our DJs are crazy with it. And the music that we play, you're going to get some turn-up music, but mostly we're going to be focusing on artists that are raising the frequency. You'll hear some Londrell up in that bitch. How about that? So the grand opening is on 9/9. That's real special. It's going to be a movie. I need y'all to pull up. It's called the Royal Chamber, so you already know what the dress code is going to look like, right? We don't have to, you don't have to put on your Sunday's best. Hey. Hi. Look who's joining me for the live. Hey. Bella. Hold on. Let me close this thing right here. We got a special guest in the building and whatnot. She crashed my live. Like, this is what she does. So I want everybody to say in real time, happy birthday to the pink pillar. The return of the pink pill. Today is her
birthday.
Not just your birthday. Today is your 9th rotation around the sun. How does it feel being 9 years old?
Great. Really great.
Do you feel 9? Like this is a major thing right here. 9 is completion. Like, what do you feel like you've completed in your 9 cycles around the sun?
I completed.
Because it takes 9 months to birth a child. So the 9 is the completion. So before we get to the double digits of the 10, let's take a test. Let's take an assessment of what 9 means to you.
Okay. 9 is a powerful number to me. I really love the number 9. It's like a really powerful number. I really love it.
Right.
It's like one of my favorites.
Right.
Numbers.
Right.
Because I have 3 or 4 favorite numbers.
And that 9 is one of them. Okay, so you're gonna be. So this year they just need to be careful because this is your year. Like you're coming out, out the gate, going crazy. Okay, beautiful. Did you started a new business, right? I don't know if the family, if they know that you have a new business. You have, I believe you got your drones and stuff like that. Yes. Special announcement. The Pink Pill, the world famous artist, she's working on her collection and whatnot. Her uncle just bought her a beautiful art color set, right? Paintbrush. I bought her a bunch of paint too and some stuff, but uncle, he closed it off, and we're definitely passing on our artistic genes to the young prodigy right here, because her work is already crazy. So, after we do the prints, we're going to talk NFTs, merch, it's that time. 9 is enterprising in my mind. It's it's the time to move into a whole nother phase of just getting to it and whatnot. So, yeah. Oh, let me hold on. She got the, what it all? Yeah, she got the glowing, the Billie Jeans. You feel me? But yes, Belly. Is there anything that you want to leave them with?
I want you all to have the most amazing days of your life, and all of you have a brilliant day.
Oh, that is so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Give me kiss me. Nah, y'all already know.
See you guys later. Love you all. Bye.
Okay, Mama. I love you.
Love you.
Oh, man. I'm about to start tearing up. You know what I'm talking about? That's the little pink pill right there. That's my heart. I don't even have to say it. Y'all already see it, She means what she says too. And thank you everybody as well for the beautiful wishes that y'all been sending. I let her read all of the messages and the comments from her happy birthday video yesterday, and the cash apps, the gifts that people have been sending. She appreciates that as well. And just the overall love, because Pink Pill, she's been in this community since day one. You feel me? Like she's been in the background, she's been in the forefront, she's been doing her thing. And ultimately, I can't decide what my child is going to be in the future. You always want your child to walk in your footsteps, and you always want to mold the little ones to be greater than you. But I know that whatever she's finna do in life is going to be greater than anything that I've ever did. So, we just getting her ready for that. We are grooming her properly. I was groomed properly as a child, by being around Dr. Sabi and being exposed. And shit, look where it got me. So her and my son Amir and my little one, Omari, just knowing what they being exposed to, it's a beautiful thing. One of the reasons why we opening up a social club, one of the reasons why we decided to invest our time, our energy, and other things into a social club in Buckhead, was for the simple fact that as a parent, you feel me? I already know that things that need to be done, it's going to be done, more quickly and more effectively when we begin to find ourselves in more social environments. Not to take anything away from social media or not to take anything away from being on the phone and shit, but being face to face, you know what I mean? Being face to face, being accountable towards each other as tribe or as a membership, as a network. That's very important to me right now, So I know that there's parents out there who are talented and gifted. I know that there's parents that are out there who have these little ones who deserve better. I know that there's parents out there that they they don't they don't like the jobs that they're working, or they don't like the positions that they're in and whatnot, but they have these skills, they have these talents, they have these gifts, but there's nobody that's basically building with them or connecting with them or networking with them to make it happen. You feel me? So social clubs, right? Members only social clubs or labor unions, right? That's why they exist, to bring people underneath the roof of one umbrella so y'all could get to business, right? In the business that I'm in, products and services, the business that I'm in, lifestyle, the business that I'm in, entertainment, the business that I'm in, education, which would be edutainment. You feel me? I'm in multiple businesses, and that's one of the reasons why we started the Facts Initiative, right? Because the Facts Initiative is a social entrepreneurship initiative. This is an initiative to bring together not everybody, but people in our network who are considered to be quality of membership. People that are into the food industry, right? And I'm talking agriculture, horticulture. We're talking the art industry, design, film, media, illustrator, you name it, NFTs, clothing, apparel, right? There's so many apparel brands. Shout out to all of the apparel brands that I've been working with and whatnot. Shout out to all of the apparel brands that have signed up for the Mark 125th, which is an online mall that we just rolled out. There's going to be a component underneath the umbrella of the Facts Initiative. This will be the marketplace where all of the quote unquote creators and the people who are small businesses and entrepreneurs, you now have a marketplace where you could market your goods and your services, whether it's digital products or physical products. You now have a marketplace to showcase your goods to the world, right? The same way that the historic Mark 125 in Harlem, it was an incubator, right? And it was a mall, and it was a place for black businesses to showcase their talents. Dapper Dan comes out of there, right? Dapper Dan, along with some other people. So food, art, clothing, technology, shelter. When we get together, when we socialize in a social club, I'm going to, try my best to stay right on topic. Like I'm not here to waste time with anyone. Time is speeding up. You feel me? The climate that we're moving into in the next 2 years, if you're not talking tribe, or if you're not talking group economics, or if you're not talking parents coming together to do for these children, you're not talking to me. And there's no offense, because who am I? I'm nobody. But I'm just not we're not going to have any conversations. Chances are we won't be in the same rooms, and we definitely won't, we don't know each other. The conversation that you having ain't the conversation that I'm having. But the conversation that we're having right now, it's very right. And this conversation that I'm gonna have with this brother right here is gonna show you even more why it's so pertinent, right? And peace, first and foremost, peace to the God. I'll keep it on 44 in the building. Y'all clap it up. Peace.
Yeah. Peace to you, brother. Yeah, like you said, we really gonna tap into some information. As I always say, I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling illustrious. You know what I'm saying? And when this time comes around, we really gonna put the work in and deliver some information. But also too, we gonna provide some receipts for the family. Because we had three monumental lectures prior to the summer solstice, which was soulmatic in the illustrabrina static, illustrious illumination, um, and prophetic remedies,
It is, yeah.
celestial divinity, right? So, you
It is.
know, we really gonna just bring the receipts, and we getting ready to tap into the winter. We getting ready to tap into the fall. So, when these things tend to happen, it's important for us to orientate ourselves in such a way that we maximize the energy that's coming through. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what we're going to get into. It's going to be a very monumental lecture. Of course, with me, I'm bringing that high level science. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like I've always said, like that's what's necessary to really push the family forward in reference to what we're doing. Spirituality and science run concurrent. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, again, we get caught up in kind of marveling and being observers of certain experiences that take place, and not putting ourselves in the driver's seat. So, with the type of information I'm gonna deliver, it's gonna put you in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? So, again, take heed. We tapping in September 15th, 7 p.m. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's gonna be one of those classics. You know what I'm saying? So, the title of the lecture is Receipts with a Sweet Technique. So again, I'm running off the Rakim vibes, and I'm feeling very nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? So the technique is gonna come by way of me giving the people some science that's gonna allow them to really tap into this energy. Just like how I play out the algorithms. I like the family to have information that they can utilize in real time, and that they can tangibly interact with. So we really gonna tap in. We gonna give it up, and yeah, it's gonna be a monumental lecture.
Look, man, I was gonna name your lecture the victory lap. You feel me? But
Yeah.
we went with the sweet technique because your return to KTL University after three classes that we did a trilogy, and we let it breathe. Right, we did a trilogy instead of compounding and hitting them with class after class after class. We said, this is what is considered to be concentrated information. You're just gonna drop these three bombs and then let it breathe because, like a farmer, right, who plants his seeds and things of that nature, you don't necessarily go until after you till the soil and plant the seeds. You don't have to return until harvest.
Hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So your prophecies, we're naming the classes about being prophets and being
Hmm.
prophetic. And in
Hmm.
those classes, you're laying out prophets, right? So those are seeds that you're planting into the minds of students, and now they live out the quote unquote prophecies planted. Like we don't, I would love to get uh, first first eye account of when one of the students picked up the phone one morning and saw the solar planet or saw what took place in Europe with the quote unquote heat wave and whatnot when that was predicted months before.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So I want to
Exactly.
commend you, and give you
Appreciate it. Yeah.
and publicly that not only through the algorithms that you're showing us through the page, able to call out numbers and colors, and that it plays out right in this
Hmm.
reality that we're in. But not only have you done that, but in class, in your
Right.
which if you were to transcribe your discipline, and I were to email it or edit it and then read it, like American Scientific Journal or what, that should break the internet. Like even if I put it on one of their highest websites houses these papers,
Yeah.
they would be blown away.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And family, let me know, because Red, on my end, it sounds like a little echoey a little bit, or like a little like foggy. I don't know if it might be just me. You know what I'm saying? It might be.
Oh, my volume?
Yeah, the sound that's coming through. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let me know if I fixed it by picking it up, because
You good now?
yeah, where I had my phone, it was in between two computers, so it started echoing.
Right.
But do
Okay.
you need to repeat what it is that I said? Was it audible enough?
No, you good. You cut through.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, man. Keep doing and the beautiful thing about what it is that you're doing is it's not like you're man, you're not demonstrating in the eyes of the people and then gloating, right? It's not like demonstrating and rubbing it in people's faces or creating a level of envy and whatnot by saying I got this and you don't.
Right.
You're giving
Right.
techniques, like you're bringing the receipts and you're bringing the techniques. You know, so
Right.
yeah, you're mastering the craft in real time, but also bringing the tools to allow others who can become masters of their own craft. So for those that are I don't know if they even realize the value proposition of that, but you're doing your thing, bro. And
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
honored to be a part of that journey. I'm honored the fact that we put in those classes. And I look forward when you're gonna come back and talk your shit, because it's warranted.
Right. Right. I think it's necessary for all of us to get in our bag. I'm saying that the individuals that we deem prophets of today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blue with his prophecies. Shout out to Magic, my aunt, with her prophecies. It's a lot of people out there really showcasing, the ability to basically forecast what's going to play out before it does. And with me, again, I like to give people information that they can tangibly use in real time. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a situation where I'm just hoarding a bunch of information and keeping it to myself. I'm allowing the family to actually tap in not only to the science to then utilize it for their own benefit, but also too, as I play out these algorithms, I also say like, yo, like you can engage in the algorithm in real time. You just got to personally integrate it by way of clothes, by way of, whatever way you choose to do it.
Right.
And I always talk about the science in reference to how that plays out. But again, we got individuals out here that are really prophesizing, certain events, that is here. All of our ancestors, of course, were timekeepers. But again, that's the whole thing. That's what it's all about, is time. And we're gonna get more into that into the lecture. Shout out to Blue has been demonstrating that a lot in reference to the Pope, and everything in that nature.
Day at a time.
The day at a time. So, and in order, to inhabit time, you got to properly embed yourself in a pattern of time. So,
Right.
In essence of understanding what time is counterclockwise, which is centrifugal. So when you can move in the essence of time, understanding that all the historical events run in a fractal symmetry by way of a spiral. And if you can tap into that specific sacred geometry, you move faster than the speed of light and you accelerate faster than the average person. But you got to be able to orientate yourself in such a way. And this is how people who can tell what's going to happen before it happens does, because we're following the cycles of time and we're running on real time and not the time that's been given to us that takes us completely out of the cycle of what's going on the cosmic, in the cosmic canopy. So, again, the lecture, we're going to bring out the receipts. I'm going to get into the science. I'm going to give people the information to know how to physically tap into, the science and time and all of these things to really prophesy their own, individual experiences, even dating back. When you're talking about stories of Inky and Enlil and things of that nature, Battle of Set and Heru, the real battle was really in reference to the calendar, because one person wanted to get people on the actual time, and then the other person wanted to take people out of real time. And again, you're out of real time, your circadian rhythm is off. So based on the body being photoreceptive, you can only process a certain amount of light that's going to engage with you, on an energetic level, as opposed to following real time to really engage in the galactic intel that's coming in. So, it's pivotal for our people to really understand what time is. And during the lecture, you know, we're gonna get into that science. So you know, it's an honor, Red, to work with you, to have me on KTL University. And yeah, you know, we had a triple threat that we just did, and we're gonna bring it back, you know, with a few more lectures for the family. So it's only gonna get up from here. It's only going up from here. The science, the information, you know.
Right.
Like I say, I do my due diligence and I do the work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to give the people that type of information. So, you know, we really gonna get it in.
Beautiful. Yeah. They got love for you over at the KT Aliens over at KTL University. Well, you've definitely helped level, right? And you know, people eat, you know what I'm saying? They come in to eat food, you know what I mean? Like they want that food for thought. And the heights that you're able to bring people with your information and your research, and even the fact that you introduce new verbiage and new lexicons, nomenclature and whatnot. That's very important, especially in this English language, where if we were to learn one new word a day, that would help us, you know, just so do words, new terms, fact in scientific terms, to front and you know, very
Yeah, and like yeah, and like you said, I mean, just introducing the vocabulary again. Purposely, I speak very complex because that produces a, you know, that gets the brain to then begin producing neurogenesis, where your brain develops a larger neural network. And I've always said, with a larger neural network, you have the capacity to process a larger amount of information. You know, time, again, being able to gauge time, you know, being able to see the patterns of, you know, solar flare symmetries, to understand that that's directly tied in to the map of genetic fertility. So when you know you got solar flares going off, you got the original people birthing babies at a faster rate. You know, so even down to the pyramids, the hieroglyphs themselves, you can gauge what's going to transpire because the way that they wrote their hieroglyphs, the degree difference between each symbol correlates to the amount of time it took them to predict something. So,
right.
you know, just understanding that level of symmetry is important. And again, understanding that that phi ratio deals with that spiral, which is the geometry of time, is dealing with that 1.618. And when you can engage with time on that level, you, of course, you'll be able to tell what's going to happen before it happens, you know, because you're working with real time and then you see the cycles. I've always said, like, the imagination is so important, right? The imagination is so important in your mind and imagination is so important. And we tend to, you know, you know, utilize the imagination, you know, at you know, in ways that, you know, we don't really utilize it to its best benefit. You know, because is it not, you know, the science and the myth that comes out the same mind or imagination? So the minute you think of something, it's real. And again, like I said, our reality has been taught to us from a very small scope. And if you understand that everything outside of us is completely black and nothing really is happening, just you know, relative to information, electromagnetic radiation, that's all what's outside of us. So if we understand that, and again, the black body being photoreceptive, we have the capacity to change our perception on this reality and manipulate the geometrical lattices that make up everything subatomic at will, which brings
Right.
things to your reality. So again, it's all in reference to the mind. The mind itself is a resonant structure. So again, when you go outside and you qualify the sun to be a portal, when you go outside and you qualify the clouds to be, you know, storages of information, you're going to have an anatomical effect immediately. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And these structures correspond to bioelectrical impulses that connect the sense fields to actual modes of behavior. So when you behave a certain way and you demonstrate yourself as the ancestors, best believe that all this, what we call galactic intel and downloads, come streamlining directly to you. But you got
And
to ask yes to that information.
I'm gonna add on to, along with that, it also helps to, you know, cloak yourself. I like to say cloak yourself in the myth. And
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that, when I say cloak yourself in the myth, is sometimes you have to dress the part.
Exactly.
You know,
when you step out into the world, you know, sometimes your appearance should say that, you know, a different channel, or I'm a unique frequency, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain, but the fact that I dare to be different, it opens up, you know, it's
It,
like ingrained in just my aura at this point. So it's like I don't have regular conversations, I don't have regular experiences. You know, certain doors will open up for me that won't necessarily open up for somebody who doesn't look the part.
that's a
And
fact.
I don't want to say it, make it seem so superficial or anything where it's just like surface based, because it's really not. You know, it's more than just appearance, but the way that you carry yourself, the way that you move, the way that you put on. Because I didn't, you know, these clothes don't make me. I make the clothes.
Make the
You know,
clothes, right?
yeah, these, you
Right.
know, the mytho, the I spoke in the mythos. So when I'm applying certain things, when I'm putting on amulets and whatnot, I'm doing it with the spirit of the mythos. Like I'm really tapping in to the mythos of what this means. If I put on a King Tut shirt, I'm cloaking myself in that mystery. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to draw as much experience as I can
Mm-hmm.
from that
Mm-hmm.
story, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in modern day times.
And that's a fact. You know, yeah, because when you demonstrate even the clothing, when you wear, you know, clothing that imitate the ancestors or some, you know, primordial energy that you're trying to tap into, you know, I've said it, you know, nature naturally will synchronize experiences and people relative to the intent that you put into putting on the clothes. So if
Right.
you, in your mind, if you think your hair rude today, best believe that the universe is going to respond. It's all in reference to, again, using the imagination and changing the perception. Because when you use the imagination, you're upgrading the universe because the universe is looking for something outside of itself to refer back to. So when you do that, the universe by default is going to upgrade your personal reality. And thus, like I always say, supernatural doors are going to open up for you. But it's all in reference to, again, modes of behavior by demonstrating in real time, um, and acquiescing to certain characters.
So is meditation basically the compartmentalization or the taming of the imagination? Because I believe they're one and the same.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact. I mean the job of the mind is to create a still point for all the electromagnetic waves that are moving through us faster than the speed of light. So the minute I think of a bike, I've just created a still point, or you know, crystallize a potential, you
Right.
know, or a wave down into a vortex.
You
And
collapse.
right. And now I'm almost closer to getting that bike. But again, you got to demonstrate the conjugate geometry of the universe, which is force and motion. So the working towards getting the bike is what's going to take that toroidal field and pull that, you know, information inward. Right, right. And crystallize it to a point where you experience it physically. That spiral rotation through the center is the inertia and the acceleration. The force and motion is the clockwise rotation, which creates the geometry of the magnetic field itself. But you got to work with both forces, and how you maintain the balance of those two forces is literally neutralizing the 0 point. What I mean is working from your heart, doing what you love doing it consistently, because within the body that is equivalent to the 0 point. It's the heart. So I've said it
Right.
before as well. When you see articles coming out in reference to the planet moving faster, what does that mean for us? You see, when we see these articles come out, we don't know what we're really looking at. But there's no coincidence why when you look at the word heart and you look at the word earth, they run synonymous. Your
Right.
ancestors are telling you that it's time to lock into what you are supposed to do, because you're going to accelerate just as fast as the planet is moving. The Dogons understood spin symmetry. They understood because we are a mass and we are on a planet that is spinning. That planet is spinning around the sun is spinning around the galactic center. So that means we are accelerating at a certain velocity. But we got to maintain the balance of the conjugate geometry of the universe, which again is force and motion versus inertia and acceleration. And how you do that is literally waking up every day and doing what you love doing, because you're working from your heart space. And I've said it in the past. The heart literally begins to extrapolate charge from gravity. And that's what Ptah was teaching in ancient Kemet. So he's holding the jet pillar to his heart because he's telling you that you have the capacity to move faster than the speed of light, beyond the E equals MC squared, which is the
Right.
equation that Albert Einstein created to keep us locked into a box. So So yeah, you know, we gonna
So that my
you
bad.
okay? You good? You good
I
now?
was I was saying by tapping the dialectic field, you're able to bring those things into fruition.
Right, right, exactly. Again, you're working with real time when you begin to initiate, you know, the propagation of moving towards your purpose, and that's the whole goal in life. See, again, what people mess up at is that they stop. You know, they follow their passion, but then they stop, not knowing that again through cosmic law, you're going to get what you want. You just got to be consistent with it. But see, people get caught up in the idea of time, and they're like, damn, like I thought this shit was gonna pop off like 2 years ago. It's taking too long. Like this nigga over here, he done made it like in a month. This nigga
Right.
over here, he done made it in a year. I'm still at my mama's house. I'm still at my girl's house. Like, so they get caught up in that and they stop, not knowing that following the heart, naturally the universe has to acquiesce to that happening because again, you're upgrading the universe because you're doing what's unique for you and following your purpose. So it has to happen. It's not a thing where it won't or it might. No, it has to happen because that's how you keep the balance of the universe at a place of homeostasis. You
Right.
see, so the minute we begin to fall off our purpose, you know, we begin to lack and we begin to not be consistent on what we love doing. This is when you get the planet begins to spin wobbly and you get all type of catastrophes and shit like that. And it's because the original people on this planet aren't doing what they were assigned to do, what the ancestors have ordained us all to do, which again was follow the heart by neutralizing that 0 point and moving faster than the speed of light. You got to literally create your way out of existence. But again, if you don't, then you're gonna be stuck here. So you know, like
Right.
I said, we gonna tap in. We gonna get into all this type of science. We just scratching the surface. Again, the lecture is September 15th. You know, you got to get your tickets. The link is in Red's bio. The link is in my bio. You know, like I said, and it's only up from here. So, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and snatch them tickets up. Become a student of KTL University. Become a student of Brother Alkebulan44. It's you know, it's imperative at this point. You know what I mean? Like you have to, you know, you have to tap into the knowledge base that's available, especially going forward in this economy that we're in, and especially going forward in this society, this culture that we belong to. Like,
That's a fact. That's a
God
fact.
stuff.
And I want to add too, you know, for the family, I had announced the you know, the God Body Challenge. Of course, me and Red always do the dialogue on the God Body. You know, and I haven't announced the official date, but shit, while I'm on here, I might as well. So the next God Body Challenge is September 19th, a few days prior to the fall equinox, you know, so make sure, of course, you know, and everybody who's on this live is pretty much getting it now. I'm gonna announce the official date on my page like in a couple of days, but you know, get a head start, you know what I'm saying, and start engaging in, you know, lessening the amount of food you're putting in the body. Start eating the fruits and vegetables. You know, I don't know if people have heard, me personally, I'm doing a duck detox on the 10th.
What's
Um,
duck
uh,
fly?
it's the duck flower. Yeah, the duck flower. It's the duck flower. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the 10th. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'm just getting myself physically prepared for this you know, this fall season that's coming, this winter season, because again, it's important that we orientate our bodies in such a way to receive the information that's coming through. You know,
Right.
but the God Body Challenge is September 19th for the family who want to tap in. And you know, of course, I'll be delivering more information about it you know, prior to. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, let's definitely get ready for that. Everybody that's on this line, if you are interested in being a member of KTL University and a student this month when we do our class on a Thursday, which is September the 15th at 7 p.m. I think it'll be from 7 to 11. I'm going to open up. I'll be the host, and Alkebulan will be the teacher, and he'll be delivering his dissertation entitled Sweet Receipts.
Yeah, receipts with a sweet technique.
Receipts with a Sweet Technique. The flyer is on the page. It is a beautiful flyer and whatnot, beautiful artwork. Um, And like we were talking about earlier, we already have 3 in the can. We have 3 presentations that we already did earlier in 2022. Those are available for replay as well. Those are in the archives with the good brother. Those are classics. I think we might even put it together as a whole bundle. I'm going to talk to my when I get off the phone. Yeah, we might just offer all 3 of them as a bundle for the newcomers and whatnot. Because yeah, we're gonna go on a few platforms before the 15th, and there'll be new people that probably haven't heard what it did before. But because we bring in receipts to show and prove in real time that there are scholars and teachers out here that are utilizing unconventional methods. And what I mean by that is these methods can't necessarily be Googled or looked up in books, but they're tapping into their powers, their skill sets, and they're predicting. They're doing what these people are programming artificial intelligence to do. They're doing they're programming quantum computers to do. They're doing what Google and them are making millions and billions of dollars off of selling data, and that's being prediction. They're predicting, they're breaking the algorithm by utilizing prediction.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And again, it's all tied into the algorithm. So, for people who follow me know that I, of course, put out those algorithms. But again, it's a science that you can utilize in real time. It's not just me delivering information. I'm actually giving you a capacity to put yourself in a position where supernatural things will happen once you acquiesce to that algorithm. And it's an energy. It's a current energy that you can't physically see. But what I'm doing is crystallizing it in such a way and demonstrating it through colors and numbers. So that way you can not only see it, but you can participate in it. You know what I'm saying? So again, we got these prophets among us that, I feel like deserve a lot of, attention. You know what I'm saying? Because the information that they're delivering is in real time. It's on schedule. We're giving you the idea of basically a clock that you can gauge relative to certain events that are happening in real time. You know what I'm saying? So again, time is a spiral, time is centripetal. We're gonna get into all that science. Like I said, shout out to Blue, shout out to Red, shout out to Magic My Eye, all of these individuals that are prophesying certain events. We hear shout out to A. Rashid. I seen Lizzie Jeff in the building. Shout out to Lizzie Jeff. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Hey, shout out to people buying a badge. I don't even know what a badge is, but
I don't either.
I don't. But it looks like it's about something. So shout out to everybody that's doing that.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's sending love to my daughter, Pink Pill. We're celebrating her this whole strong end up until tomorrow. You know how the Virgos, they got a party till today. Yeah, party all the time. Party all the time.
Yeah. And then too, Virgo season. Yeah, real Virgo. Yeah.
We got love for the Virgos. Like we got love for the Leos. We got love for the Libras. It's a beautiful thing, man. Scorpion season coming up, man. Let's just Scorpio's around the corner. What are some of your predictions before we close this out? We in third quarter right now. What's some of the visions? Just give them a little taste. I don't want you to, don't lift the veil all the way up, but a little prediction or forecast as to how this calendar year is going to wrap up.
Well, I mean, not too much because how I go, I can get it in. I don't know how to stop. I will say, you know what I'm saying? I will say this, when we speak about like solar flares taking off, when we speak about the sun heating up, we got to understand that, the Mayans referred it as the galactic harmonic in reference to time speeding up, but everything beginning to synchronize. So when that happens and the sun begins to heat up, the sun delivers, information to what we call the ionosphere. And the ionosphere, is equivalent to who we would qualify as Newt in ancient Kemet, NUT. So with that being said, again, and I referenced it early in the video, the key feature is to understand that it's important to use the mind and the imagination. So when you have these pockets of energy that we consider archetypes that are locked into the ionosphere, you personally, or I mean everybody on this live, you know, is a biological semiconductor. So we process electricity, negative ions, things of that nature. So again, our minds are resonant structures, and these structures correspond to bioelectrical impulses that connect the sense fields to actual modes of behavior. So when you behave and begin to demonstrate yourself in a certain way in reference to a specific archetype that you either trying to channel in, or you know you trying to work with, whether it's you know Goon, whether it's you know Asar, whether it's Aset, all these archetype energies, you can do it by demonstrating the characteristics and the metaphors that your ancestors drew around these individuals. So when you move in that certain way, you create a discharge in that ionosphere, because based on us being electromagnetic, we have an electromagnetic emission that duplicates itself in that space, the ionosphere. So when you move and step in a certain way, you manipulate that space to allow that archetypal energy or that pocket of energy to come to you and resonate with you, because galactic intel begins to resonate with those individuals that are resonating with it. You see what I'm saying? Same thing even with the sun. So, you know, that's why it's so important for us to understand what we're looking at, because we can't even really unlock spirituality until we understand the science of what we're demonstrating and what we're utilizing. So, you know, I'll say that, you know, you just understand that, you know, look, you know, those who you know, see me play out the algorithm, read the caption and what I reference what's going to take place, because it's all there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, my whole thing is just, again, making sure that you're doing your due diligence with your passion. You know, if you love teaching, begin to get on IG next week. No, today. Get on IG today and start demonstrating yourself. You know, you've been putting off the music for about 2 or 3 weeks. Set up a schedule to get in the studio within the next day or so. You know what I'm saying? Be assertive. Have the audacity to call yourself a god and goddess. You really got to demonstrate that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, again, you know, we got plenty of receipts for the lecture. You know, we got plenty of information. You know, that's an amazing idea to give the family a bundle, you know, of the trilogy that we did, to allow the individuals that didn't tap in to speed up, to get, you know, to get caught up, so that way we can introduce some new information.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, you know, I'll you know, I'll gradually land a plane there.
All right. I definitely want to thank you, my good brother. You got me excited right now. You know, I'm ready to level up, because that's all it is. It's a level up. Whenever I'm in that seat, you know what I mean, and I'm exposed, I'm receiving that light that you shining.
Yeah.
It's definitely an upgrade. Family, KTLUniversity.com, www.KTLUniversity.com. I have the website pinned right there in the thing, in the chat. That's where you'll find tickets for Alkebulan's class that he has coming up. We will be on Melanin Monday, inshallah, mañana. And you will also see us up until the 15th. We're going to be in your face. We're going to be all over the place. I'm campaigning. I'm going to let the people know that we got that work and whatnot, because there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of people running around headless, panicking. And there's also a lot of people that are undergoing a lot of energy shifts within themselves and whatnot. So the main purpose at the end of the day is to, you know, deliver some information that's going to help ground our people and point them in certain directions, and speak to, you know, some of the fears or the anxieties, or, you know, some of the quote unquote shortcomings that they may be feeling, because time is speeding up. You know what I mean? Because things are different, because there's a great reset, and inherently we notice something is changing. But when you pick up the newspaper, you turn on the news, they're not speaking to you and speaking to your spirit and your soul and giving them the answers that they seek. So that's why they're here. It's very imperative that we do what we need to do right now, and don't abandon you, and don't just keep, you know, moving on and leaving the people in limbo.
That's the fact.
Link is in the bio, KTLUniversity.com. Like I said, we got a lot of things going on with the Facts Initiative. A lot of announcements for this month. One of the most important things, 9/11, Stone Mountain. Be there, be on that mountain, Be at Tassili's, the Wizards of Raw, from 9/9 to 9/11. Be at the grand opening of the quote unquote lounge that we have, the Royal Chamber, 9/9 Buckhead. That's at nighttime. Yeah, you know what I mean. October, Azra Kwesi, you know, the
Yeah.
5th. Be there online on the 15th when we pull up. And with that said, love and light to the family. I'm out. Peace to the God.
Peace. Peace.
All right.